Alright. Let's go. It's me, Puddle Cakes. How's it going today? Um, so, I have a small video. Well, not really a small video, it might actually take a little bit. But, I made a comment in one of my videos the other day that Herman and Sid, or Herman in general, was still viable. And I'm actually going to try and show a video. Hope it comes out. Just to show you, even if Herman does lose in a 1v1, it still shows that he can come somewhat close. And it also shows that equipment is extremely important, especially with Herman. Mr. Shinchi is going to help me out here in a couple of minutes. It's kind of funny. He's sending his troops home right now. But we have very similar tech. The only thing that he doesn't have is he doesn't have all of his infantry techs set up. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to allow him to have equipment, which should offset that. Yeah, it should. Keyword. Should. Yeah. I don't have much for tech otherwise, other than that. The other thing I wanted to show is Herman with no gear. And I think I just have a basic. Ugh. That's terrible. Alright, that's just terrible. Can actually show the last time I played this. But that should be fine actually. So I told him he can actually go Guan Alex, 50k. I'm not going to change up the build at all because then I can just get a pretty basic. Gosh, that build just makes me cringe so hard. I don't even know if I can. We are going to change the build up. I really don't. I think I might have been trying something a long time ago. Like, in a way, this would probably be better. Just because it gives you that extra rage. The other one would probably be the best because it gives a lot more of the archer stats. So by that I mean, in the long run, you want to have archer stats with a Herman because a lot of that extra damage is going to be from just Herman in general. Or, I mean the archers. Herman doesn't have a whole lot of stats. Like I said in another video, as you can see, he pretty much just gets 10% attack, 10% movement speed, and then more chances to attack and additional rage. So it's kind of all over the place. Oh, I gotta leave the alliance too. Ta-da! Only way I'm going to be able to offset that is to do this. It's just 5% defense. I think he's setting up his gear right now. Oh, it's a barb hunting party. A lot of people getting their barbs on. And it has a lot to do with the whole new event, which is actually kind of funny. I told myself that I was going to start trying to save the event stuff for people to see, and then I ended up forgetting it. Alright, so here's the first setup. It's going to be just 50k versus 50k. He's asking about skills. We're going to move up here for a little. Alright, let's see. I think it's that, just like that. Alright, so we're going to start off this fight. Now, this fight is 100% going to be a lose. It'll be interesting if it even comes close. So, I'm going to move back a little bit. Charge! Do a little screenshot. So, as you can see, he's already doing a little bit more damage. No way. How am I beating him anyways? This is hilarious. I don't even have gear. He should still beat me. He should still beat me. But this is funny. You know, everyone says, you know, free to play, they can't do anything. Free to play, they can't do anything. And it's insane how good free to play can still be. I mean, I have, so I have my city skin buff. Oh, I should tell him. Okay, he is still gonna beat me. That's good. That was really close. Okay, so he done goofed. He has negative 10% infantry. We're gonna redo that again. Okay. So we're gonna do that one more time without without him having the wrong skin, and that's fine. We're just testing a few things out because, I mean, really, everyone thinks that they're completely useless. Oh, he doesn't want my skin. Oh. All right. Makes me so sad. It's so pretty. Okay. My buff is off. Alright, so we're gonna redo that without the city skin buff from me. So mine was 10% health, and his was negative 10% health. So that actually shows just what city skin buffs do. Now you'll see what it does without any buffs. And then we'll kind of go from there. So I'm gonna back up. We'll go again. So when I put on equipment though, you're gonna see a pretty significant difference. I mean, just from 10% health, swayed on my side. So like you can already see the damage. So he's doing almost 100 more damage per white attack. So my goal is, with this setup, to pretty much just silence him. And I should lose, and I should have lost the other way too, but it just shows how close it is. He has a full geared Guan Alex, which is your season. Oh man, this is your tier 3 infantry, your tier 2 and tier 3. But Alex is so good. Alex is just so good that he pretty much could be Gen 2, 3, 4, 5. He's just such a good commander. You'll see a lot of Alex heralds out there, but so this is with no gear, no nothing, and this is what happened. So before, with just health differences, just health buffs, yet this is the change. Now with that all gone, look at the difference. So we went from 7. I mean, it really is not that much, but it is. So now we are going to do now we're going to do Herman Ramses, actually, to try something a little different, to try and put together a Gen 4. Man, I'm so lost on commanders. So you had your Gen 1, so your Gen 3 commanders. This is what happens when you work all day. Work all day, come home, handle kids. Thankfully, my 7-month-old is a peach until he gets gas in the middle of the night and then wakes up screaming. But still kind of funny. Scouting me. What a bastard. Alright, so now we're doing Herman Ramses. I don't think this will be much different. Or it will, maybe? So you can see the Cid alone made me take a little bit less damage, but the Ramses is actually making me do a little bit more damage. But in the end, the El Cid doing the knockback actually negated a lot more damage than you would think. So this kind of goes along with my talk that I've been doing in my Perfect Murder Balls about how having 2 tanks, or not 2 tanks, a tanky commander with a damage dealer is super beneficial. So that just kind of goes along those lines. So as soon as Herman gets back, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Herman Cid with full gear, and we'll see the difference. So you can see here, Cid and Ramses actually didn't do that much different. Or Herman and Cid and Herman and Ramses didn't do that much different. So now we are going to we're gonna add gear, and we're just gonna go balls to the wall, add the whole set, and the whole point is to pretty much add those stats. So the stats that you're missing from when you go from like a legendary commander that gives you 40% stats or 30% stats down to this 10 to 20% stats. So here's the gear or the equipment. Now I'm gonna go out do this setup, and we'll go from here. Lots of people getting excited about the event. Hello. So, one thing though that makes Herman and Sid still viable in the long run is just the fact that they can do the silence and knockback. So just having the 10% health earlier, you could see how much more I was able to stay alive and fight him. So it was kind of interesting, kind of cool. June, where's July? June, where's July? So look at the damage difference here. So as you can see, I was actually doing more damage right there. And you can tell the difference in gear already. So I got him to yellow first. He might still he probably will still win this in the long run because his skill damage is extremely high. But the point of this video is actually to show you that a free-to-play can still hang with a pay-to-win. And I'm not saying because Shinchi is pay-to-win, because he's not actually an infantry player, but you're playing with or staying in the game with someone that is mid-spender to high spender. They spend a lot of time playing the game. They have the best commanders. And you might have just a Herman Sid. The point and the goal is to grind epic equipment, legendary equipment. You can do it. I guarantee you can do it without spending. 110%, you should be able to get at least 3 pieces by now of legendary equipment. And this is what you get. So the turnaround was when you had this setup. We had troop buffs of what is that crap? I don't even know how to explain that. Ouch, that is ugly. So 134, 142 plus 62. Now you're going to see a big difference. It's 134, 142, 62. So we ended up adding 26%. So we added a lot of stats. But you can get these stats, even if this was 160, 160, and 75, you can get those stats from epic equipment. So I just want everyone to kind of rethink about their setups. Oh, you know what? Let's see if he'll do. I'll see if he'll do the Herman Ramses one last. Then I should send him some resources. I know it's already been a 20-minute video, but I kind of want to show that how important it is to have that tanky secondary. With all these stats, though, because I have the extra gear, it might end up making Ramses' damage pull through to be a little bit more. So we might actually see like negative 750s for the white damage right off the bat. Because Ramses adds attack damage, attack damage, attack damage. Yeah. So let's... Wrong way. Still trying to get used to LD player. Still like it a little bit more than BlueStacks, but it kind of is what it is. Um, but yeah. So look at so exactly what I said. It was going to start with that 720 stack. Ooh, my Ring of Doom proc there. I think that's why I got that 1100, 1200 white hit for 2 turns. A lot of people don't like Ring of Doom. I personally like Ring of Doom. I've done a lot of tests with it, and it buffs my damage by like 15%. I think it's 15% if the damage if the fight lasts more or 30 seconds, at least 30 seconds. So yeah, this is going to be significantly more. So I guess the moral of the story is that El Cid is actually better when you have less to no equipment. It helps you last longer. So yeah, oh, yeah, that's pretty significant. So I guess in a way, the moral of the story is that El Cid's tankiness helped you pull through and stay alive longer, whereas with Ramses having that extra stats from the gear helped his damage go through. So um, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'd like to thank Shinchi for helping me with the video. Uh, I would like to thank. Here, let me move this off screen here quick so I don't show my private messages. Archer Gang. Um, I would actually like to thank someone for asking me. So, Okanoa actually came and brought up the Herman Sid combination. I brought it up in a previous video. They are technically enemy. We fought them in this KVK. 1290, full of a lot of really nice, cool people. Definitely, I mean, I had a great time fighting them. They talked to us a lot. We had some laughs. They they wiped themselves on me quite a few times. But in the long run, thank you for questioning, asking, you know, the status quo, I guess. If anyone else has any other questions about commanders, stats, equipment, I mean, I'll do Kusunoki. I can show you how strong Sid YSG really is. I did buy the horn today, and I made it. Unfortunately, it was not a proc, but I do plan on showing in a soon video. Um, I would like to wait till Cyrus comes out, but to show the just the insanity with this and Cyrus and the skill tree, if I can actually get one extra skill proc out faster than any other setups. So, to me, thank you very much. Signing off. Peace.